It's Nick Marzock with Full Compass. We are on the floor of InfoComm 25, and I want to introduce you to this company, FBT, Factory Baldoni Tannoni, out of a small town in Italy. They are doing fine Italian manufacturing on these speakers, and we now are so excited that they are part of the Full Compass family. So we're here with John from FBT. Thanks so much for talking to us. Let's bring us up to speed on everything, because it's a new brand for us. We want to promote it all.
Well, we're so honored to be working with Full Compass. So thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, I'd love to tell you about everything that we have here. Nick, can we do it? Start at the top and work.
Start at the top.
All right. So what's right behind us is actually called the MYRA 214L. The name kind of says it all. It's a two 14-inch drivers. It's not a 15, it's not a 12. We split the difference. But besides that, so BNC makes that special for us. They also make special for us a coax compression driver, where we have a 4-inch compression driver for mid-range and a 1.4 for high frequency. It's the first time that BNC has made anything like this. It's now available in their catalog as well, but this was the first product to use this, and there's 2 of them in there. It's awesome, man. It's awesome. So as they say in the industry, there's no paper on the mid-range. Yeah. You actually have that compression driver for mids. Sounds very authentic, sounds very natural. Yeah. So this is a truly great sounding large format line array.
That's awesome. Do you have to pay extra to finish the speaker, or does it come?
So this is special for Full Compass. This is a one of a kind. No. Yeah, this is wonderful. And by the way, the woodworking is what is our specialty. Yeah. So the woodworking is something we've been doing for hundreds of years in Italy. The Tannoni family, the T, as you mentioned, of FBT. And so you'll notice that the reason these sound so good is partly because those BNC great drivers, but also because of the woodworking. We know what we're doing with cabinets.
So I trust the Italians to just take the details, be very sensitive to the details and make sure they're perfect.
Absolutely, Nick, absolutely.
I was expecting more wine and like meatballs in the booth.
At NAM, we have a wine and cheese at NAM. All Italian wine and cheese, Nick.
That's what I was looking for.
InfoComm, we're a little too stiff. A little too stiff.
Yeah. We don't want the white to stain. Well, it's a stained white. So awesome. So we also have these line arrays and subs here.
Yeah, so let's look if it's okay at the MUSE. So this is actually in the US, this is FBT's best-selling product. It's called the MUSE 210. And you'll notice at Full Compass, there are 3 different models of it. There's the LAV, which means L for line array, A for active, V. We added a volume control just for the US market. Oh, wow. So I know that the whole rest of the world does not get a volume control. We're special. But that's one of them. I'll explain that in a minute. But then we have the LN line array with networking. N for networking, and then LND. Line array with networking and Dante. Exactly, you got it.
Now that I know where that was.
Exactly. So this box is unique in that it's a clamshell dual 10 with 2 1.4s down the middle, BNC drivers and stuff. 14 wooden panels in a box that normally is only like 6 panels. Yeah. So why do we do extra panels in this? Is because we add rigidity to the box. That rigidity enables us to do higher SPLs than our competition, 136 dB at 1 meter. Most others do. It's tremendous. It's tremendous. That's about 9 dB louder than some of our competitors in the same price point. Yeah. Besides that, Nick, this is cool too. All those chambers that are created by those 14 panels, tune the box down to 55 hertz plus minus 3 dB up to 20K. So it's a great low-end response out of this box, much better than a lot of our competitors. Wow. Also goes together real easily, very, with all these very ergonomic pins and stuff like that. It could be a one-person setup, although the box itself is 72 pounds, so I would not recommend a one-person setup, but it could be if you want to be. And setting the angles is a breeze. Our fly bar, the MSF210, also doubles, as you can see, as a ground stack bar. Yep. It's just a very simple to use line array, great price point. Full Compass, you have all the models there, all the accessories there, and this is our #1 product, so you're really going to enjoy that.
And those are sitting on this 218 down here.
Thank you for mentioning that. So we added only about a year ago. This is a pretty new product for us, Nick. Yep. So the MUSE 218 is designed specifically to go with the MUSE. Yeah. It's tuned appropriate to it, and similar to the 210, there are a couple different models of the 218, of which Full Compass has them all. There's the 218 SA, subwoofer amplified. That is our basic model, and that is our least expensive of the bunch. because the others are the SN, subwoofer with networking, and the SND.
Something for Dante.
Exactly, that's it, Nick. Exactly.
Switching on.
Yeah, right. You got it, man. You got it. You come right there. Yeah. So we're very excited about this. We got some extra long excursion BNC drivers in here that gives us 145 dB output out of a double 18. It's a beast. It sounds incredible.
It will rock that will rock the arena.
Absolutely. So we're very happy to be showing these, and we have them in stock. Full Compass has them in stock. But it's a great product. The MUSE, like I said, is our #1 series.
Absolutely. I see why. They're beautiful. Over here, now we're getting into some point sources.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So we don't want to get carried away with the large format stuff. I am telling you, what we do best is some of the small format stuff. So for years and years, and by the way, people, you can see this at Full Compass. The series that this used to be is called the Jolly, of which Full Compass still has these in stock. You actually rent them out, the old Jollies. So the newest version of the Jolly is now called the Canto. What's different between this and the old Jollies is that this is a coax. We're going with a coax 5-inch. We also have a coax 8-inch right next to it as well. But this, we decided, gives you a much broader sweet spot than the old dome tweeter with a 5-inch and stuff like that. So that's nice, although it does sound very similar to the old one.
Yeah.
What else is different? So the old one actually had a two knob for low frequency, high frequency. We on this one have a single button, and as you toggle through the button, you'll see this LED, which is not on now, change colors to indicate what the EQ curve is. So that's kind of new. Yeah, it's really neat in something this small. Besides that, what else is new? In the power, we actually have auto sensing power. So if we don't get any signal through, it automatically shuts off. And then if there's no signal after 5 minutes, shuts off. And then as soon as it senses signal, turns back on.
Oh, that's great.
Very cool. This actually is interesting in the way it mounts. You can mount our bracket to either the top or bottom. It's kind of like a ball joint bracket as opposed to a yoke.
So, yep. So it could pivot. It could have been many different ways.
100%, 100%. So you can change the inclination, declination, tilt, everything, all with that single bracket. The bracket is an accessory that's an add-on. For this one, it's called the WM. The names make sense, wall mount, and WM 45. So this is the 5-inch, so it fits for the 4-inch or the 5-inch.
Yep.
So WM 45s you also have in stock. But very excited about the Canto. The sound quality of this is tremendous. Also, it kicks out like 119 dB for something this small. It's tremendous. And it's voiced just like the larger stuff that we just listened to. It's a great product. We're very excited about the Canto. Next to it's the bigger brother 8-inch, all the same features, also a coax 8-inch. It's just a larger amplifier. It's a tremendous, tremendous product.
And a little 3 here.
And the little 3-inch coax as well. So that completes the Canto line. Now, if you don't like plastic cabinets for some reason, we do offer this exact same thing in the
right next to it. Yeah.
Yep. And that's the KEIRON.
KEIRON.
Same thing as what we just saw, only passive though. So unfortunately, Nick, if you want active, you're gonna have to go to a different series. But in this series, 5-inch, 8-inch, and this 4 is really, really cool. So this 4, this little cube. Also, Nick, if you don't mind, if you can tell everyone how the weight of that guy, right?
Yeah, that has some substance.
It does. It's a wooden box that actually really, and so we mount it by actually this plate comes off with a screw here, mounts to the wall, and then this mounts just like a picture on the wall.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful sounding little 4-inch because of that girth of that cabinet.
It's probably a
tremendous.
sturdy shell on it.
Yeah, you know what? Let's also, I don't have good upper arm strength, but let me see if I can do this. This is held on by magnets. So we have the 4-inch coax is held on by the 4 magnets. This is a beautiful little driver that's exclusive to just this product. We've had a lot of people talk really well about it. Had a bunch of people ask, instead of going flush mount, can we go in-wall? We are currently working on an in-wall kit for it because of that.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. So stay tuned on that. But these are in stock. And then what's not in stock, but coming soon, we're showing here at InfoComm, would be the sub to complement everything. That is a KEIRON 112, single 12 downward firing, although we're have it kind of standing upright right now. But laying down, this is going to go under benches, under banquettes.
Yeah.
Great for like a distributed sound system in a restaurant, nightclub, anything like that. We're very excited to have it. I have yet to hear it, but what people have told me is it sounds incredible. It's a great compliment to any of the Canto or KEIRON series.
Absolutely. And there's another new product, right, that we're showcasing.
On the other side.
Let's go to the other side of the booth. Thank you so much. I just love that we're getting a full tour of this stuff. Well, you know, we haven't seen it before in video, so it's really exciting for us.
He's the best.
Oh, you're the best. Stop it.
So this series, I'll jump over here. This series that we're talking about here is called the CLA, easily understand, column line array. Okay, so very easy. You guys have a bunch of this series in stock. What you don't have in stock is this brand new subwoofer, which will be shipping in the next 30 to 60 days. It's the CLA 112, and I don't know if you can hear this. Yeah, it's made of aluminum. And because it's made of aluminum, very tight, very rigid, downward firing 12, the sound is fantastic. This I've heard, and this sounds incredible.
And that goes with this over here.
Absolutely. So the CLA series is comprised of a number of different products. The nomenclature says it all. So what we have here is we have a CLA 203, if we can guess what that is.
Yep.
2-3 inch
drivers.
And then we have a CLA 403.
Let me guess. 4-3 inch.
You figured this out right away. And then we have the 803 as well. So it's all.
I don't know what that one means.
Yeah, no, I know. It's very confusing. What's cool about this series, unlike a bunch of the other CLAs, this is actually made to go outdoors. This is an IP55 rated box. All the wiring is behind here. Usually comes with a pigtail, but there's something else cool behind here. When you take this off, we have a switch to control the width of dispersion.
No way.
Yeah, on a passive speaker. Very cool. We're very excited about that. Yeah, I know. So you put it outdoors on like on a restaurant porch or something like that, and you can have nice wide dispersion or very tight long throw dispersion, your choice. These also, even though this is a bad example, these will stack and they go together with a plate, and you can go as many as you want. Get the low end coupling by doing so. You can put a couple of 803s, or the only difference between this, and this, the 203 is 2 3s with a dome tweeter. None of the others have the dome tweeter.
Okay.
So maybe you want a 203 just for the sake of the dome tweeter to go on, just to get that.
With the sub, now you're building something. Now we have a full sound. Then finally over here, we have a couple things. We have this power amplifier and a couple more point source speakers. I'm guessing these are more outdoor.
Correct. That's 100% correct, Nick. So just about the amplifier real quick, we wanted to make sure that you had everything you need from us. So we want to make sure that if you're getting a speaker, you need an amplifier to power that speaker. We do have now 2 lines of amplifiers. This is the MIURA. Yes, and I cannot pronounce that. I'm sorry, I speak very bad Italian. But the MIURA is our top of the line amplifiers. They're not shipping yet. They'll be shipping within a couple of months. There's only 2 models, a 4,000 watt 4-channel or an 8,000 watt. And those will be out couple of months, but we do have the series below this, the MDA. We have that in stock right now. So for anyone who needs to add an amp onto their passive speakers, you can go all FBT if you wanted to. So we have this available. Yep. And you pointed it out, Nick. So we do have a line of outdoor products. It's called the Shadow. Someone actually once said, I think it might have been Aaron Carr from Full Compass. He said, maybe we should call it the Canoe, because this is the only series that we make that we don't actually build the cabinets for. So we're in Recanati, Italy, which is right on the Adriatic Sea. And so we're like, if we're going to make something waterproof, why don't we go to, no joke, we have a guy in town who builds kayaks and canoes and stuff like that. So it's built.
Got a guy. Of course you got a guy.
We're in Italy. We know a guy, and he's the one who builds us those cabinets. And I'm telling you, this series is just, bene, or multi bene, because this series actually is the only series of outdoor products with BNC drivers in it. So BNC custom-made drivers that are made for us. They're weather treated at the BNC factory for us. In this series, there's a 5-inch, there's an 8-inch, there's a 12-inch short throw, a 12-inch long throw, and we actually make a line array in this series too, called the Shadow 142. We also make a sub. Regrettably, what I'm showing you here, Nick, is not exactly what we carry in the US. They're showing this black color on these here. This is a European color. It's an EN54 for fire rating. The ones in the US are gunmetal gray, like so many other,
of course.
So many other outdoor speakers you've seen, but we do have these in stock. It's a wonderful product. If you want just the best sounding outdoor speaker, you can't do better than the Shadow series.
You know, honestly, everything in this booth is awesome. We are so excited about FBT being in the Full Compass family now. And I mean, it's fine Italian craftsmanship. You could hear in the materials, the way you're describing how they build things. And it's just, they care so much. This is a family-owned business and you don't go against the family. So Go to fullcompass.com to check out everything FBT. And as always, keep it right here at Full Compass for more coverage of InfoComm 25. Thanks so much, John.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Stay tuned, everyone.